KGB UFO files reveal Russian fighter planes encountered UFOs that moved like nothing man-made. KGB files revealed that Russian pilots found strange lights in the sky and soldiers witnessed objects moving as if out of this world. Cold War-era archives reveal that not only was the U.S. experiencing strange objects encounters in the sky, but the same UFO phenomena was being seen in the Soviet Union as well. This is evidenced by the existence of dozens of reports of Russian soldiers, aviators, and pilots as they observed creepy shapes, huge objects, bright lights, and mysterious flashes. Some of the more striking KGB UFO files report include a Russian colonel reporting a shape-shifting object that shot a beam of light towards the ground. Others recount how a MiG-21 pilot was baffled by a mysterious object and the way the object moved, according to the reports by the Sun newspaper. Dmitry Rogozin, the head of Roscosmos, recently confirmed that Russian pilots have also encountered mysterious craft and said that Moscow is investigating UFOs as well. And these KGB files, discovered after they were first sent to Major General Pavel Popovich, seem to point in that direction. They were provided to the Sun by UAP Media UK, a campaign group dedicated to investigating and working towards a more serious and transparent discussion of UFOs. These translated reports may not provide a nice, clear answer to UFOs, but they do provide a counter to the common fallacy that strange objects and lights are only a US-centric phenomenon. Commented Graham Reynolds from UAP Media UK, a researcher who has written books on the subject. Mysterious craft have been seen around the world, including in a country run by a regime known for hiding inconvenient truths. The Blue Folder, Russia's KGB UFO files. Major General Popovich was one of the first 20 cosmonauts, losing only to Yuri Gagarin for the honor of becoming the first man in space. He commanded the Vostok 4 spacecraft, which flew into space 4 days in August 1962, and then trained the next generation of Soviet spacemen. His wife, Colonel Maria Popovich, was also an avid UFO hunter, as well as a legendary supersonic test pilot known as Madame MiG. She wrote a book on the campaign for disclosure, and claimed that Moscow was in possession of at least 5 UFO fragments. Both called for more disclosure on the issue after their deaths in 2009, Pavel, and 2017, Marina, with Madame MiG planning to lobby the US government on UFOs before her death. After first being delivered to Pavel on October 24, 1991, the more than 100 pages of documents known as the Blue Folder finally appeared in the West. The Blue Folder documents were delivered to him only 63 days before the total collapse of the Soviet Union. The Major General received the documents which, although they did not systematically investigate the so-called unidentified flying objects, recorded the unusual activity in the Soviet skies. Vadim Bakitin, who was the first chairman of the KGB until its eventual disintegration, was the one who sent him the files. Startling reports include eyewitness accounts of UFOs in Burkala, Magadan, who saw a bright red object appear for 30 minutes on October 21st, 1989. One of the witnesses, who said to have worked on the Baikonur Cosmodrome Space Center, estimated that the object was moving at about 600 miles an hour. He commented that none of the flying devices he knew could perform such movements, the documents reads. And the object was described as being the shape of a cigar or a fish and surrounded by 9 lights, and the shape was reportedly observed by 2 groups of eyewitnesses from 2 separate points in the area. And another of the most striking accounts is that of Lieutenant Valery Voloshin, who described seeing a disc-shaped object with a half-sphere on top on July 28, 1989. Soviet commanders rushed to intercept it with a drone combat, but the pilot was unable to get close enough to the UFO, which had previously been seen above missile silos, hurling beams towards the ground. Voloshin claimed that his captain had sent word of a flying saucer and even provided a sketch of the object showing an unmistakable disc shape with a dome on top. The movements of the object were somewhat irregular, sometimes moving quickly sideways or vertically, the lieutenant said. There's also a case where a plane reported to the control tower having had a mysterious encounter with a pill-shaped ship, like the Tic Tac UFOs seen in the cited by pilots in the U.S. While the accuracy and veracity of these KGB reports of UFO sightings in the 1980s can never be 100% verified, they are a treasure trove of information revealing a dark Cold War secret. Military personnel and ordinary Russian citizens also frequently saw UFOs. In many cases, the original Kyrillic letters and statements are included, with drawings and sketches of the object seen, Rendell said. Ignoring the difference in writing alphabets, they closely resemble the reports found in old U.S. Air Force Project Blue Book documents from 1950s and 1960s. The Soviets were clearly looking for answers to the phenomena, he said. And this is on Infinity Explorers by Ansha Rastava. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.